it's me. So today I am going to start water chapter. Okay, water. So let's start with terms to know. First of all, we are having groundwater. Rainwater that gets collected under the ground is known as groundwater. Okay. Now water table, the level of water under the ground is known as water table. I hope you understand all the terms. Water cycle, the continuous circulation of water between land, water bodies and atmosphere. Once it comes to land and then it's going again back to the atmosphere by evaporation, again condensation and precipitation. Okay, this is the water cycle. Potable water, water which is fit for consumption or drinking. Okay. Purification of water, the process of removal of undesirable chemicals, impurities or biological contaminants from water. That means they are just removing, the undesirable chemicals and all from water. Now what's boiling point? The constant temperature at which water boils and changes into steam. Okay, only one temperature can it take. It's not a range of temperature. Freezing point, the constant temperature at which water freezes and changes into ice. Distillation, the conversion of water into vapor by heating and again condensing the vapor back to liquid. Why is distillation performed? To separate soluble the impurities of water. Okay, next we have solute. Now did you remember that equation? Okay, remember, right? Now S plus S equal to S. Okay, solute plus solvent equal to solution. Okay, solute, the substance that dissolves in water or any other liquid, is known as solute. Okay, now which is dissolving is known as solvent. Water, any other liquid in which the solute dissolves is known as solvent. Okay, now solute is usually solid and solvent is usually liquid, and solution is a mixture of two. The liquid mixture, homogeneous, resulted by the dissolution of solute into solvent. Now what is hard water and soft water? Soft water is water that forms lathered with soap easily, and hard water is that does not form lathered with soap easily. Okay. Now, water is essential for survival and existence of all living organisms, right? It's required for the survival and existing. We all drink water. Plants also take water. Okay, or animals also drink water. Major sources of major sources of water are divided into three categories. Okay, one is the rainwater, another the surface water, and the groundwater. Okay, now let's read them in more details. Rainwater, it's the purest form of water, okay, because it's directly coming back from the atmosphere. Surface water, it's the water which contains the water present in the ocean, seas or rivers or lakes, whatever you want. Okay, so they are not pure because they have dissolved salts over there. Okay, and water pollution, you all know, we are ourselves polluting water, so it's not fit for us to drink it. Water cycle maintains the water balance between the land, water bodies and the atmosphere. So what is the function? Number one. Number two, it also controls the weather patterns and sustain life on earth. Now potable water should be characteristics. Number one, clear. Number two, transparent. Number three, colorless. Number four, odorless. Number five, free from dissolved and suspended impurities. Now what are the main process of purification of water? What are the main process of separations? They are sedimentation and decantation, okay, filtration and chlorination. Purification of water at home is done by boiling, okay, chlorination and using water filters and water purifiers. Okay. Now what is the characteristics of pure water? It has to be colorless, transparent, odorless and tasteless. Please remember, water which we drink is not pure because it has certain taste and an ordinary temperature. Okay, it is natural and is highly stable. Only H2N, no dissolved salts of calcium and magnesium which is required for our body. That means we must not drink pure water. Pure water can be only obtained by distillation, okay? It's also known as distilled water. Pure water has a maximum density 4 degrees Celsius and minimum density 0 degrees Celsius. Lower density of ice at 0 degrees Celsius makes it lighter than water, and thus ice floats on water. Okay? Taste it. Maybe you'll get it. Most substances contract when they are cooled. However, water expands when it's cooled. Okay, this is known as the anomalous expansion of water. All substances are contracting while cooling and expanding while heating. Okay, these are for all substances. What is water doing? Water expands when it is cooled from 4 degree to 0 degree. Okay, and again back to 0 degree to 4 degree, it contracts, and therefore 4 degree is the highest density. Okay, water is known as a universal solvent because it dissolves various solids, liquids and gases. Hardness of water are due to what? Presence of dissolved chloride, sulfates, bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium. Water which contain bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium is known as temporary hot water, and it can be easily converted into soft water by boiling it. Okay, water which contain chlorides and sulfates of calcium and magnesium are known as permanent hard water. Now, how this hardness can be removed? Now, why are we determined to remove hardness? Hard water is good only for our body, but not good in each case. When we wash fabrics, soap doesn't easily form leather, right? So soap will have to degrade. We have to waste soap more. That's why we are doing it. Okay. So hardness of water can be removed. Temporary hardness can be removed by boiling, and permanent hardness can be removed by adding chemicals such as washing soda, which is sodium carbonate. Infographs purification of water by distillation I already showed you in the previous chapters. Please go and see if you have not seen. I am just reading out over here. Okay. The process of converting a liquid into a vapor by heating and again condensing it back is known as distillation. This process is used to remove dissolved impurities from water. See, in distillation flask they have taken the water and then they have kept a thermometer to check out the temperature, and then they have kept the condenser. The vapors are rising over here, the salt is left behind and vapors are rising over here. Okay, water vapor, and then they pass through this cool bag, and then water vapor gets cooled into water, condenses into water, and then pure water is formed. Okay, water in and water out because cool water is put in and hot water is taken out. So water in and water out. Now what is sea breeze and land breeze? I always used to teach the class 5s. Okay, I will teach you now also. Okay, warm air rises up, cool air comes down. You all know that? Okay, so warm air when it rises up, during the daytime what happens? The land gets warmer, but the sea gets warmer slowly, but the land gets warmer fast. That's why warm air rises up and there is space created, and nothing could be of a space in this whole world. That's why sea breeze comes and takes its place. Again, in the night, what happens? The land gets cooled down first, but still the sea is remaining warmer because at the midday the sea has been warmed, and then the sea is remaining warmer. So what happens? The sea or the vapors, the warm air is getting up, and there is a space created, and the breeze from the land is coming to fill it up. Okay. So the cooling effect of water also helps in the moderation of Earth's climate. The coastal areas breeze blows generally from the sea to the land during the day, and to the sea to the sea breeze from the land during the night, known as the land breeze. Okay. Now what is water cycle? The continuous circulation of water between land, water bodies and atmosphere constitutes the water cycle. Evaporation is happening, transpiration is happening, okay, and then condensation and this precipitation. Okay, so it's a very easy chapter, and I think we are done with it. The next day, that means on Monday, we'll go to carbon and its compounds, which is a little tough. You need to learn that with more time. Okay, till then revise. Bye bye.